Did you remember that element in literature called theme? Theme is defined as a main idea or underlying meaning of a literary work, which may be stated directly or indirectly. Theme is not the issue or a problem which the work deals, but rather the comment or statement the author makes about the issue or a problem or a subject. Robinson Crusoe has many themes in his story. Number 1, religion. Robinson Crusoe relies on God to take care of him, but he fears punishment for his past occasions. He finds his quality of life improves as his faith in God becomes stronger. This is his motivation and begins to believe that God has placed him on earth for a reason. Initially, he thinks that God because survived multiple shipwrecks. God must therefore have some kind of purpose for him. Crusoe teaches his faith to Friday, and soon he seems like a devoted Christian. Friday asks questions that Crusoe finds difficult to answer. In teaching Friday, he becomes a more understanding Christian himself. Self-reliance. Robinson Crusoe demonstrates self-reliance and traveling, building his plantation in Brazil, and most of all surviving on the island. Robinson Crusoe castle is built for both comfort and defense. He has a few materials, but he manages to use what he does have in effective, creative ways. Civilization is another important theme. Rules and order govern Crusoe's life, even on the island. His concept is based on experience with European culture and civilization, and he doesn't recognize that natives have civilizations of their own. He insists that Friday give up his cannibal ways, wear clothing, and learn to speak English. If Crusoe ever adapts any cultural habits of anyone else, the Spaniards do learn to speak the language of the natives. Crusoe does acknowledge that cannibalism is their culture. They don't see it as a sin. Progress is another important theme. Crusoe goes from survival in the wild to hunting and farming. He makes his own tools and furniture, domesticates animals, plants, crafts, and establishes a small colony. Nature is another important theme of Robinson Crusoe, and one of the chief actors have been guiding the plot. Nature blows a Crusoe ship into the shores of the island, but also provides calm seas so Crusoe can salvage from wrecked ship. Nature provides all that Crusoe enjoys and fears on the island, and Crusoe learns during the novel that nature can provide plenty of cultivated or distraction and not treated with caution. Crusoe discovers that even his most diligent work cannot overcome some of the forces of nature, which he believes strongly is God's hand at work. Slavery is another important theme. While the plot of Robinson Crusoe doesn't explicitly revolve around slavery, the institution of slavery serves as a basis from much of the action of the novel. When Crusoe heads to Africa, it's to buy slaves. He himself becomes a slave and then soon becomes a slave owner. The idea of ownership and superiority impacts his relation with such people as Rory and Friday. Plus, Crusoe's wealth from his sugar plantation at the end of the novel would have come from slave labor. I hope this video gives you a full idea about themes in Robinson Crusoe. Thank you for listening.
Created using Powtoon.